So if you're everybody pushed out and all is one and all is mind, as people say, but they don't actually believe it, then it's you experiencing yourself. As I did with the visual, with the yeah, the same thing. Let's go one step deeper. So consciousness only can express itself in the following ways: male, female, or baby. Yeah. So with that, the baby expression, if all babies are wearing the same clothes, they're basically indistinguishable from each other. Yeah. So that's how consciousness will initially express itself, and then it will pick a path, i.e. the masculine expression or the feminine expression. Now, you picked the masculine expression, and somehow your dad, who lived in a state of separation, a low state of consciousness, which is basically consciousness in another skin suit, is not your dad, it's just consciousness, decided to neglect you or harm you, abuse you, whatever. It's not your dad, it's just consciousness did it to consciousness, because consciousness has become an Ouroboros. It's eating his own tail. It's forgotten that it's one thing. So you grow up, you become attached to the story of, this happened to me. You either repeat it or whatever. You start to also consume your tail because you lash out at people and whatever. Being a victim is actually like a fucking bitch move, really. It's pointless. It doesn't serve you in any way. So anyway, you do that shit. And then you repeat it. Your bubble. You know, you also live in a world of separation because you're attached to stories. You hurt people. You disadvantage people to benefit you. You're mean, you're horrible, you cheat, you lie, you steal, you murder, you do all those sorts of things, right? So as consciousness, you're hurting yourself to make you feel something that's not even there, because your body is not real. It's just consciousness experiencing consciousness. Now, if the equation must always be balanced, and you living in a low state of consciousness, you exerted that negativity onto yourself. That means you did it to yourself. So the reflection will echo back, which means that if you shoot somebody and kill him, you will come back and experience what it's like to be shot, because it's one and the same thing. Such a nice day. Sun's out. You're experiencing yourself. So your dad didn't hurt you. Nobody raped you. All those things are, even if somebody maims your physical body, consciousness did it to consciousness. And seeing as you're the only thing that's actually in existence as consciousness in your dimension, you did it to yourself. And then you had to come back and experience it. You don't know how many times you've lived. Don't be so arrogant in thinking that this is your first rodeo and then somehow somebody's hurt you and you didn't deserve it and stuff like that. You think God makes mistakes? Don't be stupid. God does not make mistakes. Look at the sky, look at the sun, look at the moon, look at their patterns, look at their order, look at the order of nature. God doesn't make mistakes like that. The lions that are eating these gazelles, you think that they're eating these gazelles. When they die, they get respawned as gazelles, and those gazelles get respawned as lions. That's a circle of life, bro. They know it and they understand it. That's why they don't sweat it when they eat each other. It's like, alright, cool. Have you ever seen an animal like, I did this, oh my god? No, they just accept it. They accept reality, bro. We're the only ones that don't accept it. Because we live in illusion. Somehow thinking we're separate from the whole. You're not. You come back and pay for it, one way or the other, bro. So when I talk about separation consciousness being the devil, and ego and all that shit, body mind matrix, and I talk about you needing to ascend, and ascension being the aim of the game, ascension puts you in a different state of mind, a different frequency, because now you recognize the oneness in everything, the divinity in everything. You know? That recognition is power. That recognition is how you break the matrix itself. So we are no different from our ancestors, and we're no different from our children, and we're no different from the future generations. We're the same thing, just different configurations of it, causing itself, experiencing itself. Ascend or repeat, bro. Trust me. Shit, I forgot to add on to this. When consciousness is in a low state of vibration, a low state of consciousness, and it eats itself, you know, regardless of the body that's in, living in the world of separation, right? That energy sours the experience for consciousness, because if you're living in separation and cheating, lying, stealing, murder, all the rest of it, that energy gets projected on the screen of space, the screen around you, because you as consciousness, having done those things, that experience now lives in your mind. You replay it consciously or subconsciously. You experience it. You have nightmares about it. You have to wrestle your conscience about it. So it's constantly in your mind. You have to look over your shoulder or whatever. Then eventually, that gets projected on your screen. Bobo and his girlfriend, or Bobo and her husband or partner, whatever. Pigeon boyfriend. Yeah. So that distortion in the field changes the whole temperature and energy signature within the bubble of experience for consciousness. So now your nice shiny bubble internally is now red and it's playing some loud death metal music, distorting the entire reality. Now consciousness will still cause itself to reappear in that dimension, i.e. birth, procreation, whatever. And when the kids are born, you're born into this loud distortion. So the kids' understanding of reality, because when they first come out, they're just pure consciousness, is they learn to identify their reality from the perspective of the distortion that's actually in the ether. That's why a lot of kids in the West right now are basically mentally unstable. You have to teach them to listen again. You have to teach them how to focus again, how to behave, all the rest of it, because they're in distortion. It's not their faults. We, the very parents, created it for them. But in essence, they themselves are us and we are them. There's distortions everywhere. And instead of the system addressing it, they say, oh, it's ADHD, it's bipolar, it's this, it's that. It's just distortions in the field, bro, with energy. If you know anything about interference and energy, that's what it is, it's interference. Oh, it's a bit chilly. Oh, the sun just went and hid behind a cloud. Oh, right. That's what it is. There's distortion in the field affecting the children, affecting the animals, affecting the weather, affecting the harvest, affecting the fruit size, vegetable size, affecting the size of the people, the intellect of the people, because those are just your outward things, aren't they? One second, wash my hand. To wash my hands. So it distorts everything in the energy field completely. Everything gets distorted. And so it's like we ourselves, the Ouroboros eating itself, is the same as we ourselves, life. We disrupt our whole environment, then we cause more life to be born, we cause ourselves to replicate here, but the environment is distorted, which means that our orientation is distorted, creating a distorted world, and then we cause ourselves again. It's like a cycle. And as the cycle runs and the cycle continues, we're basically turning ourselves into, like, we're phasing ourselves out, basically. We're phasing ourselves out. We're doing our very best to do that, and it's crazy. Ascension is key, bro. Bro, there's no one to take advantage of. You're taking advantage of yourself. There's no one. It's just you. Taking advantage of yourself. You don't see it because you believe in a world of separation. You see it one day, though. You see one day. The day that you have to face the door of death, which is basically the shredder to shred the previous config, and then you get deleted and you get reinserted, you know. But the fact is, if we keep staying in this low vibrational dense space, what we're going to end up creating is a very bad world, and the world will collapse because the world is not working how it's supposed to work, because we've come here to experience ourselves fully. Believing and living in separation is not living fully. Bro, I thought hold on. Yeah, because I don't know what happened. I think I recorded some parts of it and it didn't record. It's really fucking annoying. Anyway, what I was saying was, so essentially we keep recreating the world, the negative world, and we keep staying in it. And it's not good, because we're all sick and tired of it. It's making us ill. We can feel the world just like, all the life is being sucked out of the world. All the life in this place is being sucked out of it. Listen to what I just said. Hi. 1 second. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, so we keep recreating ourselves, man. And recreating yeah, and it's sucking the life out of this place, you know? That means life is not experiencing this place how it intended to be, so it's gonna leave. And that's why the matrix appears to be collapsing. The womb, the thing that we're in, is starting to collapse because we've distorted the whole entire field, and we are causing more life to reoccur here, and it's in a state of distortion, which is more likely to recreate the low vibrational stuff that caused the distortion in the first place, and then just that's how it is, bro. That's how it is, you know, because we were in a low vibration to begin with. You know, we fell into that state, and then we drank the Kool-Aid, bro. We were doing everything negative. We were participating in it hardcore, you know, pretending to be fucking good Christians and shit. You're there, you know, you got a side chick, and you know what you're doing, man. Shut the fuck up. You know, and we're fucking lying, and we're stealing, and we're fucking cheating business partners out of it. You're shorting the guy on the thing, and you know you're shorting him, but you're doing it anyway because fuck him. But it's you. It's a loop on itself, bro. And that's why they always say it starts with you. People think it just means nothing, like it starts with you. Oh, okay. It starts with you, actually. You have to break the link. Once you break the link of you eating yourself, you have to face your shadow. Your shadow is all your nasty parts. Do you know how your shadow will manifest itself? So you see how you were eating yourself? You see that part of your body that you stopped eating? Now that's all it's all gangrenous and fucking mucky and pussy and shit. That's what you have to face. It's part of you. You have to face it. Not only face it, you have to face it and actually like heal it back to it. You have to infuse it by healing it back into yourself. And once you do that and you heal that wound, you realize that it's stupid to eat myself and experience life differently. Try it, your life will change, bro. Or believe that you're separate and you're just separate, and I don't know whatever the fuck you are. Yeah, you just carry on. Because I don't know how this game plays out, but I do know that if the reality remains unbalanced, life will leave this iteration of humanity. It'll be done with it, then it'll move to something else. We've had a unique opportunity where we can talk to ourselves in this state of awareness. Like, this is a unique opportunity, bro. That consciousness can speak to consciousness on this level. In other states, maybe we can't communicate, bro. Or maybe we've never been able to communicate like that up until this point. But instead of ascending, we're fucking watching porn. It's literally crazy. Not even animals do that shit. Do you know how low vibrational that shit is? It's literally scary how fucking low vibrational it is. I'm gonna stand there and watch people have sex and get turned on by it. What is wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you? It's an act which we're supposed to use to procreate. It's not no freaky something that you can participate as a bystander or as an observer or a watcher from the outside. It's weird. It's literally weird, bro. Of course, it's pleasurable, but the point is it's not designed for us to watch. Others, it's weird. All these, it's bizarre. Because people are in low states of consciousness, because only a low state of consciousness will rationalize that. Because it seeks that pleasure and it will view it as, well, I enjoy it. So if you enjoy it at the expense of yourself, your soul, what are you doing? You're consuming yourself, but you can't see it. And the same way you're watching them and feasting on them for your own benefit, somebody will feast on you in the same way for their benefit. And it will be you doing it to yourself. Because your body-mind matrix thing that you think is so important, that shits and pees and sweats and smells, is non-existent. Is a hologram. Is a thing within it that is doing this, and that thing has fallen into a low state of consciousness. It's our job, those of us that recognize what we are, to sit back and go, hey guys, what the fuck are we doing? Even though it's just only yourself, only, this is stupid. And if we all do it, the world will change overnight. What about the prisoners, right? Do we just forgive them and let them come home? A better question is, how do we function as a society of high levels of consciousness, higher order beings of higher consciousness? How will we treat people that live in low states of consciousness? How will we treat them? That's a better question. I know what people are going to say. Well, if some people don't change, you might, let them out. They'll probably go on a killing spree and kill some more people and stuff like that. Assuming, yeah, and it's valid. That may be true. That may be true. But he's not killed anyone. He's only damaging himself. And I know you probably say, oh, but that's someone's daughter that's just been killed or whatever. In the grand scheme of things, that daughter is not his daughter. That's just consciousness expressing itself. And that moment came and consciousness decided to exit the reality. What are you attached to? Life caused itself. You don't own your kids. As painful as it is, it's a story you're attached to. So if that happens, It happened. There's nothing you can do about it. Accept the reality and move on. It's happened. And maybe that guy has done it. But you don't understand the bigger play. Every bullet he fires from that gun, he's firing straight into his own fucking chest. And he will taste that pain. It might not be today. It might not even be this lifetime. But he will taste it. God does not make mistakes. God does not make mistakes, bro. I'm telling you. You try and outsmart God, you're only fucking yourself over. You know? So relax, bro. Relax. Relax and accept life, bro. Because you are life and human.
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device named Light.
Bro, I wasn't talking to you, turn off. Weirdo. You know, your consciousness, bro. That's it. You're in a construct. It's not real, bro. That's it, bro. But in conclusion, and the fact that it's all you need to recognize a very important thing, that all these things that happen to you, quote unquote, i.e. you do to yourself, i.e. consciousness teaching itself a lesson, i.e. consciousness being in a world of separation, whatever, however you want to slice the cake, that's what's happening. You're doing it to yourself. The key is to ascend beyond that and see learn the lesson that is trying to teach you. I know it's painful and I know it hurts, and I know that, you know, how can anyone do that and how could they do that to you? And there is no you, bro. If we're all gonna fucking join our trauma stories together, we'll have a fucking rope as long as the entire world, bro. It's happened. Release it. Learn from it. And whatever lesson is in there, apply it to your life. Because what will happen is the screen of space reality will reflect it back to you. And you have to navigate around it. If you repeat it, trust me, you're coming back. You're gonna, until you learn, bro. Most people say we live in a matrix. The matrix is a womb. That means that we're developing. If we don't develop, we're not gonna hatch. If we don't develop, we don't hatch, bro. So yeah, learn the lessons and let's stop being victims and being attached to our bodies, man. That's stupid, bro. Yeah, you're not even gonna take it anywhere. Yeah, I know something horrible happened to you. I get it, bro. Horrible things have happened to a lot of people. But us talking about what's that gonna do? It's not gonna resolve anything. It doesn't fix anything. You transcending it fixes it, though. Anyway.